Hey everybody! So tonight is our third Alpha 21 Dev Stream. I'm joined tonight with the level design team and Eric. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and let him kind of, do the talking for a while. You guys hear me talk all the time, and so let's push it on. So go ahead, Eric.
Hey guys, I'm Eric, and I've been with the Fun Pimps since 2014. I've been on previous streams, so some of you may remember. And here we are again, another alpha to talk about cool POI content that we're all excited about. And let's just get right into it. So we have a lot of new POIs, lots of different tier counts, different types of POIs, a new quest type. We have 14 tier 5 POIs now. Some of them are old POIs upgraded from tier 4s to tier 5. Some of them are new POIs. A good example would be like the Red Mesa POI, some of you might be familiar with, is now a tier 5. It probably should have always been. Now it's play testing it early this alpha. I'm like, this should probably be a tier 5. And so, we made some calls there to bump some up for you long game players that need more stuff to do and are excited about that stuff. We have a tier 5 list that includes a House Modern 23, the Dr. Karen Higashi residence. What is Dr. Higashi hiding? And a nursing home, the Last Sunset nursing home. Nana, you don't look so good. We have Apartments 02, the Vanity Tower, High Rise Disco Disaster. We have a Prison 01, which is Navezgane Corrections, and we have a Prison 02, which you guys maybe didn't know about. We decided to, why make one prison when you can make two, right? So we're really excited about that. That's Navezgane County Jail, Battle in Cell Block B. Most of the POIs have been updated for Infestation, our new quest type. And that would be, as of right now, there may be a few more sneaking in before we launch experimental and certainly by stable. There's 389 right now tagged Infestation quest type POIs, so lots of new stuff to quest. We also have new parts and random gen features, such as roadside POI spawns, where we have, out in the wilderness and rural, we have, along the sides of the roads, instead of it being a little more empty, we have roadside attractions kind of spawning, which is really cool. We also updated Perished in Navezgane, which is another big update. We're going to be updating Navezgane as we go and head towards the fabled gold release. So lots of stuff to talk about. And with that, I think we want to go straight into showing you some POIs. We're going to try to keep this as low nonsense as possible, just show you the good stuff.
Okay, so let's do this. Look at that. Okay, so do you see it on the stream?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I'll keep in mind that there's a little delay. So, yes, this fabulous POI was originally created by Richard Hunick, one of the founders of the Fun Pimps. And one thing I wanted to do this alpha was to give the cabins a little bit of an upgrade treatment with all the new art and props and all the great stuff we have. And this cabin was a fantastic example of a good candidate to update with all of our new stuff. And if you want to just fly around a little bit and then go inside that main room behind the chimney. And we don't want to tease. We would kind of want to tease you guys a little bit. We don't want to give away too much. We want you guys to play it and enjoy it. This is going to be content for you guys to discover and have fun with. So we don't want to ruin it all for you.
It said behind the chimney. Wait. Huh?
If you can fly, you can go through even if you
Oh, okay.
want. You don't need to walk the path or anything like that.
Oof. It is kind of
So
dark. Here, let me pull out my torch.
yeah, get your torch.
I won't go through the whole building, but no. I guess I should deal with these.
And a lot of this stuff. Sometimes people ask, why do you guys keep iterating as you go through the alphas? It's like we're working our way towards a final quality of the product that we're all proud of, and we're trying to respect the original intent and design vision of older POIs if we can, and things that you remember and have fond memories of, hiding out in at night or setting up your base. And so some of you may remember this POI if you've hidden out at night in here, and it's gotten now the luxury treatment with all the new art. I call it the luxury treatment because it's getting all this fancy art that we didn't have before. So really hope you guys like this stuff. A lot of the old POIs have been updated. They've gotten a little bit of a makeover with the new art. We got plenty of new POIs too.
And by the way, before anybody asks, I do have the sound off on the end game. I figured it'd be better for you just to hear Eric talk than it would be for you to hear the end game. If someone really, makes a big deal about it, we can turn it back on, but I don't really see the point when we're just kind of showing off. So
Did I mention we have 75 new questable POIs? I might have missed that one.
ooh, you did. You
I
did
did.
miss that one.
All right.
So
Those 75 are completely new. Those aren't updates. So a lot, like most of the POIs have been updated in addition to 75 brand new. So there's a lot of stuff. Plus all those 389 with the new quest type update. Um, it's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. I've been working really hard to bring you guys some cool stuff.
So do you want me to venture further, or do you want to move on to the next one?
You can back out and maybe just fly around the outside a little bit, and then we can go on to the next one. I want to leave. I don't want to spoil it for all the players. Like, let them enjoy it at their own pace and experience it.
And everybody, there are different things that jump out at you. I don't want to describe it too much, but there are with the trigger system new scenarios that could. Yeah, I really don't want to give that away too much, but that is
No,
something new
yeah,
to it.
it's kind
Yeah,
of it's kind of like watching a movie, and when your friend's telling you like, oh, and then this part happened and that part
yeah,
happened, you're like, well, now I don't even need to watch the movie. It's like, nah, that's kind of the same thing with showing stuff in a game. We want you guys to enjoy it on your own and not spoil everything for you. So,
yeah.
um, you know,
Okay, so if you want, we can go to the next one.
mhm.
What is the next
Show
one?
the next one will be Red Mesa, installation Red Mesa, just to kind of show. Now, a lot of players have already played this, and they've probably seen it. If they're especially a hardcore player that's been playing for years, they've seen it thousands of times. So we don't need to spend a whole lot of time here. I just, kind of show a little bit of the love that some of these have been given. Um, if you go fly into the kind of main courtyard there, you can see what is one of my favorite pieces of art that is in this alpha is the new tent set.
Yeah,
It's fantastic. Brad did the proxies. I think they mentioned that in the art stream, and Hung did the art, and it is those are great. They're just so much good stuff, so much great stuff. We got dogs after you,
yeah.
and I'm a little
So
little little lagged.
once again, everybody, the sound is off for a reason. It's just so you can hear. So we're not really doing a gameplay or anything. So
We want to run through a whole bunch of content and just show you all the cool stuff, and you know let you guys judge for yourself when you play it.
yeah,
In all your great A21 games that you guys are going to have.
yeah. Okay. So do you want me to fly around a little more in here, or is this good?
You can just circle around, and you could swoop a little bit into the interior if you want, and then swoop back out. A lot of players have seen this. Most of it is the same. It just got new art treatment. Okay, so you've got a lot of new art, and then we've got
All right, that's not the way you normally go in.
infestation.
Yeah, you go in here.
You can fly through there, but you can just ghost through. It's fine. We're not walking the path or anything. We're not gonna.
Yeah,
We're gonna
you
let
go in
players do
here.
that. like army trucks with lights and all kinds of good stuff going on.
Okay. I mean, that's probably good.
This is just to give you an idea so that you guys know we've been putting all this new art in the POIs and getting them ready for you for the final version, and also to see what the performance load will be for console. We're doing all kinds of great stuff. We're kind of seeing how much we can push with detail for
I shot her so hard she went
optimization.
in the ground.
Yeah,
That was a feature, everybody. That's
yeah. That's a feature that we're working on. No, just kidding. That we'll be working on, in the bug pool.
yeah. We'll be working on with the bug fixes.
Yeah. There will be a few bugs you guys will see.
Yeah, I mean,
We're still trying to polish this up. Oh, that's another thing. There's been more support. I didn't even put that in our little cheat sheet document. A lot of the POIs have been updated for the restore power quest too.
Yeah.
So there's going to be more of those quests too. I kind of left that out or forgot about it because we've had so much focus on the new infestation mode and all the art updates and all this other stuff that we almost forgot there's more restore power quests too. So
Okay, I think I got them all.
cool. Well, you can go ahead and. Oh, chat wants you to. Oh, I didn't answer my Discord. Alan, so clever. He's typing in my cheat sheet. Okay. Where's that, Brad? They said put on a mining helmet.
Yes. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I'm
Don't you
definitely
dare try
gonna
to
see
kill
it.
me while I'm.
Thanks, guys. I'm definitely gonna see it if you put it in my cheat sheet.
Yeah, nothing has changed about when a restore power can be activated. Oh, they don't. That's right. Hold on. I need. Hey, what's that one? Oh, yeah. Let's do
You
that
can
one.
just do the dev one if you want. I mean, if you want to be a cheater. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not a cheater. As I'm sitting here in God mode, I'm not a cheater. Okay, don't you put that on me. How dare you, sir?
We're not even playing for real. It's like, you cheater.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I guess I could actually turn on the light that I do you want me to
Yeah,
go
there you go.
a little bit
Now
further?
it's not too dark.
It
Thanks,
was.
guys. We got it. All right.
How about pants? I don't.
Good teamwork.
Yeah, I mean, we can keep going, or do you want to go to the next one?
Yeah. Can you do that? We got to switch to that editor one now to kind of describe
Okay, that's fine.
some of our process, and then we'll go to Earl. So,
Exit.
got the other designers queued up for you to talk about their work and all the new POIs they've done, and we've got a lot of good stuff tonight.
Here, how about this? I'm gonna put it back just for a moment while cause I gotta look. Just figured it'd be easier if I grabbed the name and everything. Just did it while it was off screen. Okay.
We'll talk a little bit of shop for you guys. We don't want to go too far into that, but you might be interested to know the some of the decisions we made design wise and updating the POIs and why we made some decisions we made and how we're trying to improve the experience for all of you.
So here, I'm gonna click back over, so they can see. Now, I assume you wanted it this way so they could see it, like not really
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game, but just like kind of.
This is stuff for people who really want to see behind the scenes of how we do stuff and why we do it the way we do it. If you want to fly up and look down for a second, I can start there.
Okay, so there.
Look down from above, side by side. So
like that.
When we changed so the way the POIs sit on lots in A20, we started to realize that some of the POIs were a little big in the way they sat on the lots, and for this content to present in the best possible way for the gold version, it might be better to shrink things a little bit to move it around on the lot and create a better composition for you. And then also a big point in this is that the fewer the blocks, the better the performance. So you can consider this a performance optimization too, to make them a little leaner, a little tighter, get them a better composition on a lot to look better in random gen. And also you use fewer blocks, better performance. There's a lot of benefits, a tighter experience, not so much wandering long empty hallways, or even in the way we detail. It's improved the way we detail because some of you may remember from really old alphas, you'd go into this ginormous room filled with like a forever couch that just like went on forever, and it was like that for what we call forever couches was filling a space that was just really huge. And so when you shrink everything down a little bit, you only have to put one couch that's a normal couch, and it looks way better, and so the detailing is going to look more believable, and the performance is going to be better, and it's going to look better in a random gen world. And all these benefits are good reasons to just try to shrink things a little bit. So this is one of my POIs that I did that effort and work on to improve performance and to shrink it down and to present the details, especially with all of our new art that we've got. The artist did such a good job and worked really hard on that. We want to present everything in the best light for the eventual final version of the game. And so we've been working really hard to make the old content shine alongside the new content, and everything to be consistent and have a consistent performance and frame rate and feel. And we'll continue to do that, all the way until we're done with this game. And we'll work as hard as we have to do that and bring this stuff to you. So if you want to fly down and now look at the front,
Okay.
and you can kind of see differences in just the facade.
So the left
Look at
one is the old one, right? And
left
then
one is the old one.
yeah, the other one has the pond and all that
And I
stuff.
actually did do an art pass on this one because I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough time to get to it, but I am going to sneak this one in before we're done. What we can do is you can go into the main living room of the original, and then go into it's through that bay window in the front.
Okay.
And then you can go into the bay window on the new one.
Okay, so I'll start here. You said you mean
This is
up into here? Isn't that the way into this one? That's how I've always
No,
done it.
you don't need to do the path. The big
Oh, you
window in the
just want
front
me
of,
to go. Okay, you just want me to zip
yeah,
in.
just
Okay,
zip
I'm in.
right through the wall. Yeah, we're gonna let players enjoy this stuff
Yeah.
at their own pace, and it's their game. They're gonna play it. They're gonna enjoy it their way. So I don't want to show them how we play it, and you're gonna play it your own way. So that's the old living room,
How's that
right?
fall?
Right. There's
Nobody
the old,
saw
and
that. Okay, I don't want to see that on a video, everybody. I fell.
yeah, there's already been 1,000 clips of it. So this is the old. You can back up a little bit. I know there's a little lag. It's hard for me to see where you're
Yeah, no,
actually
no,
at right
it's
now.
fine.
So,
So I'm
uh,
staring at the TV now.
yep. And then if you go over to the other one, you can kind of see when you shrink it, the space becomes more intimate, and the detail seems more, rich and important. Um, and
It's
this
got a
is
plant.
an effect we've tried to emphasize when we shrink these a little bit and shore them up and get them ready and polish them to be the final versions. And so we've been working really hard, alongside the artists, to delivering all this great new art to us, and really trying to just up the presentation level and gameplay too, and questing. And so this is what we're doing to the old POIs, and they're now matching what we've done with a lot of the new POIs. So you're going to get a nice consistent bundle of all the old and the new POIs that bring everything up to the level that we're all going to be really proud of, and happy to give to you guys. So,
Cool.
and with that, I mean, I think that's enough to kind of show what we're doing with the old POIs as an intro. Some of the designers will show some of theirs, as well as some of their new POIs. You've already seen one of my new POIs in the previous streams, which was the prison. That was one that we had talked about prisons for many alphas, and it was like, I guess got to make some time to do it now. Like, they're waiting for a prison. They're waiting for a prison. And then Earl was kind of wanting to make one, and I was like, well, and he was like, but do we really need two, or maybe it'll compete with yours? And I said, no, two. They'll love it if we give them two. Let's give them two, and maybe there's room for more in the future. Who knows? So
Okay,
with
so
that,
yeah, I'm gonna click
should we
back here, and then yeah, let's go ahead and bring in Earl.
bring in Earl to talk about his stuff?
Hey, Earl, I hope you're ready.
All kinds of good stuff for you guys.
I hope he's ready. Yeah. Okay. Just give us a second. Here, tell him a story about something while I'm finishing up this. Oh, okay.
I'm reading chat, looking at questions.
Oh, there's Earl. Earl, say hi.
Hello, could you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back to the world, right? To the server.
Okay.
Oh,
that,
we
or do you
we
want
had
me
it
to?
as a no. It was a stay in the editor.
Okay, stay in the editor.
Yeah,
Okay,
you got it.
let me look at that while you're. Go ahead and yeah, introduce yourself.
Sure. Earl Kiamzon, level designer. Been working with the Fun Pimps since 2020. I actually started doing QA, and then moved into level design. Prior to the Fun Pimps, I was actually a huge fan of the game, making custom POIs and mods. So it's an awesome opportunity to join the team and help out and contribute.
Okay.
As far as
So
POIs, Lathan,
is it Ranger
let's do
Station 01 alt or
let's do the household modular 4. I think that one's gonna be a
okay?
nice one to share first, if you guys,
Okay,
if you don't
so
mind.
yeah, no problem whatsoever. Household. Okay, great. Are you sure I have that one? Because wait, household. No, did you send me
Household
that one?
module. It should have been all in that zip file. Household modular 4.
oh 04.
Go for Alt.
Okay, give me just a second. Tell a little bit more about yourself while I
Yeah,
figure out
sure.
why I'm not seeing it. I see.
Yeah, let me see here. Um, yeah, as Eric was talking about, there were a lot of changes made to old POIs. Some of the POIs that we had in the past, their sizes, the dimensions of the POIs were not standardized to the current for the tiles that we have. So a lot of work went into resizing those or finding out the best fit locations for those themes. Um, so I have a couple examples to, at least one or two examples to share of that once we're able to load it.
That's actually you reminded me of something. Um, to fit the themes too with random gen, we have all the districts that were introduced in A20, and some when A20's new random gen came online, some of the POIs kind of lost their home. We had district shuffles and things moved around. And it was like, well, where does this POI ideally fit now? What district should it be in? And so, sometimes that involved, merging POIs, that two POIs into one, like commercial strip or downtown strip. We did some of that. We're going to show some of that later, I think, aren't we, Earl?
Yeah, as long as we got time.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple to show. Yeah.
Earl, that's a nice shirt you're wearing, by the way. Just
Oh, thank you.
just anyway. I got it to work. For some reason, the search on the editor wasn't pulling it up. But
Mm-hmm.
it was there.
Okay. Okay.
So we got it now.
Cool.
All right.
Okay, so we're staring down at it.
All right. So this POI, for those of you familiar, it's I believe Household Modular 4. So
Yes.
feel free to go down to the street level so you can see both from the front,
Sure.
Lathan.
Yeah.
Then I'll wait for you since the stream's a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is an example of a backup too. This is an example of a residential, I think, country town residential district. And on the left is kind of the original A20 version that most of you are probably familiar with. Feel free to get close to the, I guess,
old
that
one?
wrecked car on top of the cinder blocks.
Okay, right here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can kind of see, you know, it has its carport, and these are one of the, for those not familiar, in America and a lot of different states, there's a lot of modular size homes that are kind of prefabricated uh, dwelling units. So that's what this original POI was designed from. So there's a little bit of a deck. There's like a seating area where maybe some survivors were living. Um, and now if you pan over to the new version,
Okay.
could talk a little bit about the art that went into the changes on that side. And you're going to see a lot of eye candy here. There is a ton of new fencing that we have, new barbed wire spindles. And if you cut that flag hanging from the front, that's a Duke flag. So this POI has kind of received some of the environmental storytelling of the Duke spin. So this POI, we did some affordances with it so that it could potentially be used for a bandit POI in the future. Um, and zoom in a little bit closer to the car and the cinder blocks on this version.
Okay.
So you're going to see how compared to the old one, it's a lot more detailed. We have a lot new art assets. Go a little bit lower so they can see the hydraulic jacks on that white. Yeah, that
Wait. On the.
delayed on my screen, but yeah, just look at that white car and the yellow hydraulic jacks.
Oh, you mean okay. You mean that? Okay, gotcha.
So basically, on the old one, we just had rectangular shapes to put the car on, and that was it. You could kind of see how with the new art, uh, it it just sells better. You know, okay, so these guys were probably uh, reclaiming vehicles from wherever they can find it, bringing it back here, stripping it down, using the parts. And I try to do that environmental storytelling there for the player. So as they wind through here, they're trying to piece together what happened. So if you turn about 90 degrees to your right, you can see that there's a added a little bit more storytelling. Like you can see there's a lot of furniture, bags maybe stripped from other survivors or within the vehicles. They kind of just dumped there on the floor, and even kind of a little shooting range there. Maybe they were uh, executing some of their captured survivors. And then go ahead and flip to the other side of the building where the truck was.
Okay.
Yeah, so this original area wasn't here, or on the old version, it wasn't there. But there was an opportunity to add a little bit more storytelling. Like this is kind of like the place where the bandits would deploy out, bring their goods back in. So it just added more exploration opportunities for the player, and to also stretch the experience a little bit more. I think the original POI on this one was at potentially I think a tier 1, and it might have got bumped up to a tier 2 because of the lengthened experience, more to do. And then last but not least, if you look on the roof, with a lot of the new shapes that Alan will share later, we can do all kinds of new survivor shanties using all kinds of different shapes, like that triangular awning shape. That's
Yeah.
new. So it kind of creates this kind of lived-in feel of a bunch of survivors holding out, and then of course all these bandit walls that we get to string along the outside as kind of defensive for all those ramps right there. So a lot of new art assets and shapes that allowed level design to really tell a very compelling story, and I think it's going to lead up very well to the Duke and Noah story. But of course, we'll save that for later.
Yeah.
I think that's all I have for this one.
Okay. Hold on, just a sec. So are we doing? Do I need to get back into the real game, or are we
Not
still in
yet.
the other?
Let's just do one more, and
Sure.
then probably we'll
No,
stop
no, no,
there to
that's fine.
go into the game.
Which one
Yeah.
do you want me in?
Let's do. I think this one's a little fun. Let's do commercial strip 3 alt.
Oh,
You
you
have
have
that one.
another alt. That's cool.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So load that up and just back up so that they can see all the buildings
Oh,
in your view.
okay.
Um, and look at it from the front. You don't
Yeah.
have to do the overhead, Lathan. Just
Okay,
back up.
so just
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Okay.
So back up a little bit more so we can see all the buildings.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so let's stop right there. So so on your left are very two legacy POIs that's been in the game for a long time, but they were pulled out of rotation for a while because we were going through this process that Eric was describing, finding homes for these POIs. Zoe Salon was previously a tier 1 POI that many of you are familiar with. I know the YouTubers cover that one a lot. And so the one on the left is Vic Garrison's pawn store, also didn't have a home. So we had discussions on where would this best fit, and we landed on a design where we said, you know what, I think these two would work best in the commercial district. So if you look to your right, you can see that we've actually shrunken the building down a little bit, and we kind of put them together to build a strip. So that's why this is now called Commercial Strip 3. So feel free to get a little bit closer on the right building of the mashed together two build. Yeah. There are a lot of very subtle things that you may not notice, like the awnings. So we actually have, feel free to get really close to the store awnings, Lathan. You'll notice those are not shapes; those are actually art assets. So really sell that store facade, or you can use that in a lot of different places. We have a lot of new shapes to create interesting, different trims, and they're a lot thinner too. So I was able to create this kind of uh, unique Zoe Salon shape. And then even the name for this pawn store, if you look at the old one, you can see there were 1 meter full blocks, the old one on the far left. If you just look at that really quick, it was gigantic 1 meter. We just back then in that alpha, we didn't have the shapes to make the signs to be smaller. But now moving forward to alpha 20, alpha 21, we're able to make more interesting use of some shapes, like we have a smaller sign now, just as pawn. Um, and we try to add as much environmental storytelling that we can whenever we can. Like for example, the story behind this is Vic Garrison. He kind of owns the pawn store. He owns Zoe Salon as well. He's really just trying to make money as much as he can, and he even renting out his roof as advertisement. So if you look at that um, billboard, he's advertising one of the best authentic Italian restaurants in Navezgane. So best pizza, and I don't know about any other places, but he chose that one in particular because he knew it was going to make money. So
yeah.
keep that in mind.
Yeah, he really thought through the choices.
Of
then you
all the
chose
pizza
this one.
locations, yes, and this was his selection. Yeah,
That's right.
His
Yeah.
alone.
I mean,
Not yours.
doesn't that pizza make you want to go to that POI? I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
man.
And if you just want to slowly pan around the backside of the POI just to kind of get a glimpse of that, but in the commercial district, there's a lot of like driveways and parking lots. So it was really cool when I was looking this over to figure out how to design this. So I have kind of like a one-way wraparound street around the back. So it kind of really creates a nice composition for this POI. Instead of just having a building sitting flat in the middle of a square, now it feels more like a composition. Like, okay, there's the building itself, there are the parking spaces, there's the little roads that kind of weave around the building. A lot of those things we talked about in level design on how we can create a really nice framing of the level. Um, so I think
Yeah.
that's about it. If you want to add anything, Eric, I might have missed.
Yeah, we know that fans have missed some of these POIs as they've fallen out of rotation. As we were trying to adjust the content for the new random gen, some POIs may have disappeared from that rotation, and we worked really hard to how to we don't want to lose content that people like. We want to try to bring it forward with us into the new alphas. So we've really racked our brains on how do we do this? How can we bring some of these POIs that people really like back into the random gen rotation, like Earl was saying. And so some of you may have been upset when a favorite POI disappeared. Oh, where did it go? And it's like, well, we know we don't want to lose content you guys like. So we worked really hard, and Earl's worked really hard with us to try to bring these into the new random gen. So that was a
That's-
great example, I think, that you brought up.
Thank you, Eric. Something I want to add, because I don't want to forget it, is we pay a lot of we know the original design for some of these POIs, and we try to stay true to that as much as we can. So the path through both of these separate POIs, I try to keep it the same as much as possible, to stay true to the original. Of course, there are some affordances there for extra exploration, interesting encounters and experiences. So um, we think about those things as we update
Yeah.
the POIs. We don't just wipe the slate clean and rebuild everything from scratch. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, let's look at something new. So whenever you're ready, Lathan, you can go back onto the map.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do for that. I'm going to actually, just so they don't, have to see the loading process and all that. I'm going to come here so they can see everybody again. I will join the server. Give me just a sec.
So much content, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, I can't wait till Alan gets to share a lot of his work, because um, you wonder, like, why does it take so long? And I mean, you have to keep in mind a lot of the buildings from the past were 1 meter blocks, so everything looked very Minecraft and very blocky. And now we have half-meter blocks, we have quarter-meter. There's a lot of opportunities to kind of blur that line of this is a voxel world, and so we always try to uh, go for that if we can. So if there's a hallway where it's very blocky and we can replace something to immerse you more into the world,
Yes. That's
we will do that.
that
And
that's an excellent
yeah,
point. That's great, Earl. I love that because, you know, we like to, this is a game where you can build, there's blocks you can craft, and there are some similarities to a game like Minecraft or others like it, but we really want you to be immersed in the zombie survival and kind of forget that, oh yeah, I can do all these things, these free form things of building and destroying and all this great stuff, but while you're playing, it's great if you could just forget for a little bit that it's just all these blocks, and you can play and enjoy and prepare your base and explore POIs and the whole experience. You just lose yourself more in the experience. Is great.
So, okay. So here we go. World is up. So tell me where to go.
all right, let's go to Prison 02.
Okay.
You think now's a good time, Eric, to go into that one?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay,
Let's
let's do
do
that
it.
one.
Okay.
We can do the prison powwow.
All right, so
So,
you're in the back of it right now, so you need to go on the other side,
okay.
to your left.
Yep.
Yeah, just go
Okay.
down to the front.
Okay.
So this is currently set to spawn in the rural district. I'll let you guys explore and try to find it, but that's where it's currently set. We did have a prison before. Eric's replaced that original older prison, and this is a second one to add to the mix now. This is a 100 by 100 lot POI, so it's really big. Go ahead and back up, just so they can get a idea of the size and the shape of the building. You can go higher too,
Yeah.
so they can kind of see the roof a little bit. And
Oh, nope. Sure, you got in the way.
yeah,
Okay.
that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. So this is kind of the inspiration for this prison is a more of a modern design. So you're going to notice a lot of straight line and trims in the color and the texture. And if you get a little bit lower to the lobby on the left, you'll note
Okay.
where the flag is. You'll kind of see it has kind of like a wide glass entrance. Don't go inside though, but just kind of pan around it. Yeah.
Just kind of look
And
around.
we have a lot of new shapes. It's very subtle, but if you look at the top of the doorway, you see the silver. We call that a cladding shape. So it's more of a
Oh
modern
yeah,
design.
if you look up at towards the roof line, yeah.
Yeah, the roof line, there's like a silver color cladding shape where you can see kind of the separation between the shapes. So there's a lot of the builders are going to love it. There's so many more shapes where you can design and make your creations even more realistic and believable.
And
Uh,
unique to what you want to do. Yep.
right. And, yeah, just like other POIs, I try to put in a lot of environmental storytelling. So military presence here. You're wondering why are they here? You're gonna have to find out. But the military did come to this prison. What happened to them? You gotta explore and figure it out. So go ahead and fly back up and just kind of pan around the whole building.
Okay.
And there's kind of like a survivor encampment up there, maybe. You can see there's a military tent there, the one that Eric was talking about. So kind of set up shop there, maybe.
But the HP bar popped up because I'm in God mode.
Yeah, they got kind of like the staff parking in the back, and it's interesting. I don't want to get too much into the weeds on the design, but as Eric was talking about the two different prisons, when we design these spaces, we pay a lot of attention to the sub location. So, for example, in Prison O2, we researched the different prisoner intake processes. So, how do prisoners even come into a prison to be checked in? So Eric and I did a lot of research on that. He
Yep.
had a take on it. I had a different take on it. He may have used a major combat space for a very specific area. And then I chose a different area and I emphasized that more in my prison. So for example, warden area, you're not going to see the same battle in the warden office in this prison in comparison to Eric's. So we kind of ping pong back and forth with each other to try to deliver a different experience with both of these prisons when in essence they do the same thing. They house prisoners, but there's two very distinct designs here and a lot of different subsections and takes on those subsections.
It was, I don't know how you could describe it, but I thought it was a very rewarding and great kind of collaborative competition in a way. It was
Yes,
like,
it's a tier 5. Yes, it's a tier 5.
So when I was working on my prison and Earl was working on his prison, we kind of met a few times and talked and chatted, and it was a great thing that we did that, because it was like, well, I have this in my prison and you have it, but how is yours different? And, well, this is my midpoint battle, and what's your midpoint battle, and here's the final battle in mine. Where's yours going to be? And we tried to make them different, so you're not feeling like you're just playing the same thing. They're two totally different prisons, and we really synchronized to try to differentiate them, to give you a different experience while keeping the themes the same and strong as possible. And yeah, there was a lot of research that went into that, because prisons have a lot of sublocations. They have like mess halls, they have cafeterias and laundries and the prison cells and the intake, and there's so many sublocations. And a great point that I made to Earl early on, which I hope helped him, was that I couldn't fit all the sublocations in my prison, and we were kind of debating, well, which one should be in mine, which one should be in yours, and it was like, well, you take the ones that I couldn't fit. That's perfect, and you can do your take on the ones that I couldn't do, and so you're going to get two prisons for the price of one. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Eric. One thing that's easy to see the big difference on is feel free to fly over, turn to your right a little bit, Lathan, and fly over that roof and look down through that chain. It's like a basketball court, but it's open ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is it's kind of like a modern prison. I mean, it's an outdoor rec area for prisoners to play basketball, exercise, whatnot. In Eric's prison, he has a much larger outdoor rec area, for example. So that's already one huge difference between these two prisons. My outdoor area is more of a smaller sub area. His is a larger.
Yeah, I have a big prisoner hut. We've
Yeah,
got an
yeah,
indoor rec area, and so
yeah,
yeah, we really tried to synchronize to differentiate them, to give you two totally different experiences, so you don't feel, nobody really likes to play a game and feel like things are block copied or copy pasted around. You can tell the same building or the same room everywhere, and we try to avoid that, because we don't need to do that with all the blocks and shapes, and especially the new art. And as long, we get designers talking to each other and working on the same types of POIs at the same time, you can really synchronize and make them all different. And that's been a really rewarding process for us, I think.
yep. I think that's it for this one. I don't want to spoil a lot here. I mean, there's a
Yeah,
lot of surprises in this POI,
yeah.
and
There's a lot of
yeah,
a lot of combat moments and cool moments and scare
yeah,
moments, and yeah, we don't want to give anything away. Let you
right.
guys enjoy it on your own.
All right, let's jump to one last one before I turn it over to Hernan. And let's go to, I think it's Utility Electric Company O2. So this one was shown on a Twitter post maybe several months ago, at least on the inside. So I at least wanted to show you guys what it looked like from the outside. Um, so this is a new electrical company. Hard to explain. When I researched this, it's essentially a heat recovery system. You know, it uses heat and water, and then they use that to create the electricity. But there's a lot of sub areas in this one. The front is kind of like a office admin area. Right side is like where the generators are, and then the whole shebang heat recovery section is on the left. This one was really challenging. Had to do a lot of research on how these are in the real world, even though we don't say 100% realism. I try our best to make them very believable. So we did a lot of I did a lot of referencing on the different components for these type of facilities, and I hope I did it justice with what we have here. But it takes you through the many different subdirections, and this is probably one of the first POIs that utilizes the new flame hazard that you guys became aware of. So you're going to see some of that in here, some water exploration. Um, what else there is, but go ahead and pan around the whole thing, Lathan, just to kind of give them a bird's eye view.
Sure. Yeah, let me
So,
get up
so
in the
there
way
are
a little bit.
outdoor areas as well in the back. Oh, that might be the final loot area.
Maybe. It's going to
So
move
yeah,
on
you can.
by.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot to explore here.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, I think those are dog kennels too over there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess you'll have to find out,
Um,
everybody.
so yeah, so this is in if you haven't noticed it already, it's in the industrial district. So this is a new addition to the. I think it's a 60 by 60. I have to double check, but tier 4. This is a tier 4, but on infestation it is a tier 5. So look forward to that. All right, I think that's all I got, Eric. Unless I missed something.
Yeah, I just want to answer a quick question from chat. Someone said, is the glass a performance hit? We've actually done a lot of work to optimize the glass. Actually, with Alan in combination with Sean, which Alan can talk more about that later. But yeah, we've been working on performance of blocks too. So
Cool. Is this
so with
the
that,
time to swap out?
yeah, is it Hernan time?
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click over here. Thanks, Earl,
Oh,
by the way. I just made him disappear. I didn't, Here, say wave and say bye to everybody before I just, rudely.
Thanks everybody. I hope you guys enjoy A21 when it drops.
Okay, now I'm making you disappear. Sorry, I just felt rude. I just he was just gone one moment. Okay, so let's get Herman in here. And keep in mind, everybody, we're still using this guest star system, so it's a little trickier doing these things. And hopefully Hernan will be here shortly.
I see it, Alan. We missed something. We can run back to it.
We did.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll adapt. It's good. It's what we do. It's what we do in the design department. We adapt.
Okay. So we can hear you now, and now we can see you. There you are.
Hello.
So this is Hernan. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Hernan. I've been working for the campaigns for the last 3 years, if I recall properly, doing POIs. Well, that's pretty much I can tell about me. I don't know what else I can say.
Okay. Well, where do you want me to go first?
Let's show some POIs. You can check for Ranger Station 07.
Ranger Station 07. Okay. And then I'm going to click it over. So they're just going to see you. And here
Cool.
we are.
Well, this is one. This is one of the ranger stations you can find in the wilderness. This was an old design from previous alphas. I think maybe legacy probably. So we were tasked with rebuilding them in some ways, or trying to update them with the new shapes, which is what I did here. For this one in particular, I took the entire POI and rebuild each part per separate, but trying to keep the original style of
Yeah, the original design intent. Yeah.
that's it. Improving a couple things and changing stuff with the new blocks we have now available. But
And
you
all
can
the great new art too. Yeah.
you can fly around it. I mean, it's the same POI, but it's not the same. I mean, some things have changed, and we now, since we have this the key racks
Yeah,
to
the
open
key
doors and
unlocks.
the
Yep.
switches, that helps a lot in design. I literally change every part of this POI. I'm trying to keep it the same way, but the tower, almost everything.
I think we shrunk the towers a little bit. They were a little big, a little tall, but and then
Yes,
the buildings where they were a little bit chunky with the old blocks. We tried to thin things up and put the new art in, right?
actually, for this one, I raised the tower because it was too low.
Yeah. Oh, you raised this one? Okay, yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Well,
yes, but I make it thinner using plates instead of blocks, so
Right,
it
right.
looks like looks a little less clunky like it used to look before. Um, well, I'm not going to talk much about processing, so I'll just say much of what we do. Let's show some POIs here. Uh, uh, all right, I think we can move to the next one. I mean,
Sure. What is the next one?
that should be, let's try downtown building 04.
Building 04.
Updated ranger stations. Cool.
Okay.
Here's
Yeah.
Wait,
some
so it's this one,
new,
right?
yes, this one, yes, exactly.
Okay.
This is a new 42 by 42 downtown POI. It's, as you can see, it's a building that caught fire at some point and it was left just there. Like there was some evacuation, but when everything went to hell, it was just left to burn. And so you can get closer if you want
Sure.
and show a little of the burn area here.
Okay. It's
Yeah, go to the other side
the
of
other
the
side?
building.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm
to
gonna
the
go
to the
around.
other side. Yeah, go around. There, there's a use we do with new blocks now. Like you have this the smoke. Uh, how do you call that? I mean,
The burn
yeah,
stain or the stain of the soot and
the
the
stain.
smoke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and we have lots of new windows which broke and they look great
Yeah, they
for
look really good.
for this time. Yeah. Um. Well, this is a new downtown POI, which is intended to replace one of those older legacy POIs. You could see that I think we have removed them all.
Oh,
Just
you're talking about
those
the destroyed
the
ones?
yeah, the remnants.
Yeah, some of you remember the really old destroyed buildings that they didn't have much in them. You could hide out in them at night if you were, if nighttime was coming and the zombies were going to be running and you needed to hide somewhere. There were these destroyed buildings. We want to keep that concept because everybody remembers. We all have fond memories of hiding out in these destroyed buildings that were in the older alphas, and we want to keep that. But we want to bring them up to date and bring them with us as we go forward in the alphas, like some of the other POIs. And so that's what this is, right, Hernan?
exactly. So well, this is give it a fly around it from above if you want, and we can move to the next one.
Okay.
I don't want to show much from the inside because
Yeah.
I would like players to discover it.
There's a few
Uh,
Hernan tricks in there, isn't there?
mhm, yep. All right, we can move to downtown strip 12.
You said downtown street 12? Strip
Yes.
12. Yeah.
Downtown strip. Yes, 12.
So this one right here, the Jack Auto?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
That's the back of the POI. You can fly
let's
around,
fly around.
To the front if you want.
Yeah.
So where to start with this one? All right. If you explore the POI, the level level designer, sorry, oh, Jesus,
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
the level editor. Sorry, language issues.
Take
You may
your
have
time,
seen
man. It's good.
there were a couple POIs that weren't used, like downtown fillers, which were never finished. There was one in particular that had, if you move to the left, Leighton, we can take a look at it.
Yeah, sure.
Or how far away, if you want. We have this building, which is a fire station from a ghost hunting movie. You may recognize it. I made it, but I never finished or used it. So for A20, it didn't show up on the wall. Actually, it was just a facade. It was empty, and I thought I wanted to use it, but since downtown 25 by 25 POIs don't have a driveway to exit to the road, I couldn't do it. So I thought, well, let's make a new strip. And you can go inside for the first level if you want. Just go ahead where you are and show
Just going
little
in
of the inside.
right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, move forward. Yeah, move forward.
Nothing's gonna jump out at me and
no. You already can see some people there. Just you can go to the other side and just fly around. There you can see a nice American flag. It's a new art.
Oh yeah, that's a great asset.
Signs.
Yeah, new piece of art there.
And you can see the fire truck
Garage
there.
door. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah. So well, I decided to move it here and make a new strip. And since we can see here in this strip another building which was part of previous POI, which was downtown filler 31, I think. If you
okay, so
whenever
downtown.
You want.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, we are fine here. No,
Oh.
no need to show the other POI.
Okay, I got distracted by killing zombies.
Yeah, killing zombies is good.
There, I'll leave me alone.
Right.
Hernan, you mind if I mention something?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, when we made A20, and especially the new downtown from A20, we built a lot of facades and pieces of buildings and little things here and there that we were assembling into downtown strips and downtown fillers and things like that. We didn't use all of those facades. Some of them we couldn't quite fit in. We couldn't quite make it work, and that's what you were explaining. Is this is one piece that didn't quite make it in last alpha that we want to bring you guys as much of that stuff as we can, although we're also updating other PIs. We're working on so much stuff that we're trying to fit it all in. So, and it's great to see these things make it in finally.
Definitely.
Well, cool. All right, if you fly away, Leighton, I mean, move a little to the back so we can see the back road there. So this is a 41 by 41, and 41 by 41 POIs in downtown have like access to that back alley there. So that was good either for the fire station and that for auto shop there, which was part of another POI, was part of downtown building downtown filler 31, but I didn't, since it had a driveway going out and that didn't work because it was a smaller POI. I decided to move it here, so I built this composition of of several buildings, and I didn't want to lose this one, so I put it there so it has an exit to the back alley. And well, to just to fill it a little more, if you go to the other side, go to the front if you want.
Sure. Let's go
I
to-
changed a couple things. I mean, I basically rebuilt the thing. It's not just I took and copy and paste it. I had to adapt it. So basically, I rebuilt it, but kept the same style. Here's this is a new part of this is a new building. Actually, part of the strip is it's a diner. And with the Shoga Studio up in the first the second floor.
Yeah.
If you move away a little, yeah. The irony is that there's a Shoga Studio next to a fire station, so you can imagine how hard it can be to do that with sirens constantly sounding or something like that.
I guess that would be bad for
so-
a yoga studio.
Mm. So well, the thing is, when we make these POIs, we need to give it a thought on how we connect all the buildings. So it takes some time, like to decide which is the best path and funnier also path for the player to explore, like where to start and where to end. Um, you may go to roofs, through open areas, to rooms. I mean, there's everything. Jumping from one building to the other. I mean, it's a fun process. I mean, but every POI is different, so you need to think of that for every POI. I think we are fine with this one.
Okay.
I don't want to show much of the interviews for this one.
No, that's fine.
We can now move to, if you want, to fast food 07.
Okay, fast food 07.
Oh.
Because because they were saying something about authentic Italian food or something like that.
Oh,
It's I think that
we
some places
are
maybe mediocre.
we are
So I think these guys,
mediocre.
Oh,
you,
that other mediocre pizza place. Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah.
So harsh.
shots
Well, look,
fired. The gauntlet has been
this
dropped, everybody.
it has to be good pizza. If they have a small shop now downtown, now they have their own uh, restaurant here because the name is new, and that means it's a new place.
News always better, right? So
Yes, of course. Better, bigger. You can fly around if you want. I can't remember. This is
was this even a
a
part of what
new.
you wanted to show, or are you just sticking it to Earl with this one?
uh, it, it wasn't the list, so maybe a coincidence. I don't know.
Oh,
This is a. Hold on.
Coincidence or not?
coincidence.
You guys decide.
I see what he's showing.
uh, this is a tier 3, if I recall properly. Can't remember right now. Um, you can show a little of the dining area if you want. I mean, just
Sure.
where the square windows are.
There's a chicken running in the background.
Well, I mean, how do you think they make the chicken pizza? Okay.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, it
it's
makes
good. It's
sense.
pizza, and not fried chicken or anything else. Like you see,
Yeah, no,
we
this is
have.
great. I don't want to go too far just in case you have anything.
Just in case, yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's good. There you go, everybody.
Yeah, there's a private party going on in there.
Yeah.
Well, that's another new POI we have. I forgot. Oh, I forgot to mention for the ranger station, it was like a tier 2 before. Now it's a tier 3 because increased number of sleepers. And the strip was a tier 4. Downtown Street 12 was a tier 4. While downtown building was tier 2. So I forgot to mention all that, although I took a note for that and I forgot. And I forgot to take note of which tier was this POI, but I think it's a 3. Never mind.
I have that HUD turned off, or else we would see it. Here, hold on.
No
That's
problem.
all right.
I think
Let them find out.
Yeah.
They can
Let's see
find
if
out
my
what tier it
let's
is.
see in my memory. No, it's a tier 2.
Yeah,
My
tier
memory
2.
isn't working. It was what it used to be. So we can move to apartments 02.
Yep. One of the new tier 5s, right?
Yes, I think this one was my first tier 5. Then I made the nursing home. So I got inspired a little and built this massive thing which is a modern apartment building called Vanity Tower. It's a new tier 5. You will find it the commercial district. There's something going on up there. We are not going up there.
No. We'll
Maybe,
stay down here.
You'll have to go up there yourself and find out what's going on.
Yeah,
It's
there's
a
something
rave or
going on
something.
there.
Something.
It will take a time, but you go around many of the apartments. Every apartment is different. I mean, it's not just a copy and paste. For designing this, I just split all the levels, designed every level. I mean, it's not exactly like there may be like a couple apartments that are the same, have the same distribution inside, but they are all decorated different. I mean, I took the time with this one. And
Do you want me
there's
to
a
fly around
lobby.
the bottom? Like,
You can go around. Yeah, go around. The bottom there, like where there's the swimming pool area. You can go a little higher if you want.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah,
Ooh,
a fancy place to live.
that is fancy, everybody.
Yeah, fanciness. And if you want to show more fanciness, you can go to the lobby. You can show the lobby.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a shim in there.
dip our head in the lobby a little bit. This is
There we are.
fancy.
Yeah, the reception area, and many places to explore. I mean, you will go through all this POI. It will take you a while, but it will be funny. And we
See if
we
can
have
woke
been working
everybody up.
like you
Oh,
can go up, you go up, you go down, you go everywhere in this POI. Oh, you have a welcome party there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, lots of friends. You may meet a lot of friends in this building. That's for sure.
Okay. Well, anyway. I
All
don't have to
right.
kill all these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what do we have up next?
Let's quickly move to the rest area of 5.
Okay.
So a couple more, and
We really want to save all the surprises for you guys and let you enjoy it.
This is an example of a roadside POI. This is it's a truck stop. You may find while going through the roads. It's basically that a truck stop. One of the many POIs we have now for roadside. You can fly around. It's another large POI. It's a tier 3 POI.
Everybody keep in
There's some
mind, I
action.
am in God mode, so that's why you keep seeing health bars. It's not a new feature. Anyway, sorry, Renee, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So there's all the new art has been applied to these new POIs. You can see the trucks stop on the semi trucks on the other side.
Back up a little bit, Lathan.
So the parking area.
And how it kind of comes from the road. Brad will talk
Yeah.
a little bit about roadside, I think, but this is another example of one that you can see before he talks about it. That a lot of times you'd end up with empty roads, and the roads shouldn't be empty anymore. So.
All right, and if we are okay, we can quickly show a final one, which is also a roadside, because it's just funny POI. It was a funny POI to make with the new blocks. Go to roadside restaurant 01. I was there on the bottom. Yeah. There we go.
Ooh.
So this was a repurposed train coach or wagon. I don't know how you call them.
Diner car. A diner
yeah,
car. Yeah,
it's a diner. Which that's what we can do with new windows now, new blocks. It's like they got this thing and they make it into a restaurant, and they got another one back there they didn't use, and they use like storage. If you fly up, you can see it's a little different from this one. We have those new trailer doors which work perfect for this type of building. So yeah, we can make a lot of stuff now, and I hope you can make you can go lose your creativity with the new blocks you have and enjoy building new things. Well, for this POI, it's just the restaurant is tier 2. If no, yes, it's a tier 2. And there's a gift shop there using new props. Maybe you can get close to the entrance and show just to the gift shop if you want. There, that's the little funny bear there. That's an example of the props we have now. And well, yeah, there's no need to go inside. Players will find it eventually. Well, that's pretty much what I have to show. There's many more POS from all of us, but
So much stuff.
it's
So much
yeah.
stuff.
I hope you like it, and I hope you enjoy Alpha 21. It's been funny to work with them when working it, and well, there's a bunch more in there than we can show. So
Um,
that's it for now.
that stuff looks awesome, Renan.
Thank
Keep in mind, guys, this is a fraction of the stuff we're bringing to you guys. I mean, we're actually trying to cram this all into the stream, and it almost doesn't fit. There's so much stuff. Lathan, before we jump on, we missed Nick's cabin 20, and I did wanted to correct that mistake real quick if we could.
Sure.
And then we'll move to Brad. Brad's next, I think.
Here. Cabin 20.
Yeah, Nick couldn't be here with us tonight. But he has this cabin 20 to show off that it's really cool.
It's me showing in the screen right now.
Oh yeah. I guess I could. I guess since Eric wants to talk about it, we should show Eric.
I'm just gonna there.
There.
Okay, they can see you.
Okay, cool. Nick said that he had a lot of fun designing this POI. Some of the features being the fireplace with the dual outside fire pit that was also on the inside dining room fireplace. It's like a dual fireplace, and he's got some cool concepts in here. There's this big cabin that Nick made. We missed this one, and we were supposed to mention this a little earlier. Sorry, guys. We've got so much. We've got so much stuff to show you guys. It's like easy to miss something in our list.
It is. It's very easy. But no, this looks really good. Trying to dodge the trees. So as I'm kind of going around, I'm trying not to get caught in the trees. But yeah, no, it looks really good. Okay. So let's go back here, and then so Hernan, go ahead and say goodbye. And
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching the stream, and well, enjoy Alpha 21.
okay. Well, thanks, Hernan. And now let me out. I'm gonna put in Brad. Excuse me. Oof. Yeah, that's the only thing with this guest art. It takes a few seconds for it to kind of connect the person in.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice system. I mean, it makes it easy, but it's like, man, it takes just a little bit.
Yeah, we got so much great stuff. It's hard to even keep track of. Even internally in the company, we're like, wait, there was that POI. No, there's this other POI. Oh, yeah, we have that other POI. And it's just almost overwhelming how much stuff we have now. And continuing to make more.
There's Brad. How's it going, Brad?
Hey everyone.
Okay, so Brad, go ahead and tell a little bit about yourself, and yeah, we'll get started.
So I'm a senior level designer here on the 7 Days team. I built most of the tiles that make up the cities in Random Gen. I've built a bunch of POIs, and I do block out meshes for the artists. So to design the kit in a way that's going to be the easiest way for us to use it to make lots of different configurations. So like they were talking about the tents before, that type of thing. So first up, we're going to show Abandoned House 3.
Okay, so let me Abandoned House 3. Okay. And you see, oh god, the trees. Okay.
So I wanted to show this POI, even though it's just a small abandoned house. If you go forward a little bit, Lathan, it should,
Sure.
the name of the POI should pop
Oh,
up.
hold on. Sorry.
Oh, do you have that
I
turned
have
on?
I've been doing the HUDless.
Oh, okay.
So it's not gonna show it. It's Luke's vacation or
Okay.
vacation rental.
Yes, it's a vacation rental. So I wanted to show this POI just to show, with all the new art props, we did a pass across the entire game, but we also try to use those props in ways that tell stories. And even in small little houses like the abandoned houses, we've come up with a lot of little environmental storytelling. So if you go over to the left, Lathan, you'll see an SUV over there.
Yeah.
So yes, you can see the people coming in here into their time at the rental house here. You can see there was some sort of gas leak or explosion in the kitchen that blew the stove right through the wall.
That's nice.
So little touches like that I think go a long way in immersion in our game. So and people really seem to like it. So we try to do that as much as possible. You can go inside if you want to show a little bit of the inside. This is a very small POI. So you can see a lot of the new props in here. Couches and plants and pictures and just a massive amount.
So much stuff. So
Yeah.
much stuff.
But yeah, this was a remake of an older POI, and you can see there's like a little hidden crate up there in the vent. Things like that were in the original, so we always try to keep the little secrets or little things that people might remember from the original POIs when we remake them. To give you an idea. And then we also like to add our own little new twists in the newer versions.
Yeah.
I think that's probably good for this one.
Okay.
The other one is Remnant Mill 01. That you guys might be more familiar with. That one is being called Buddy's Grain. This was another one I remade.
Let me go around the other way.
Alan had told me before I remade this that this was one of the player favorites for to use as a base. So I went ahead and remade this with that in mind. So there's a lot of little subtle design choices in this that can help you for Horde Night or just defending against wandering hordes. You can go ahead and go inside if you want.
Sure.
I think someone was asking if those propane tanks explode. They do. So in here you can see all the different grains. We have a lot of different types of bags and pallets and things like that. So now they actually fit the theme of the POI. If you go up the stairs here, you can see different like explosive barrels and the propane tank at different entrances of where zombies would come into this POI. So you'll have to kind of choose if you want to shoot them and kill all the zombies because it also can damage your base. So it kind of depends on the situation if that's a smart move or not. I have these little balconies and little spots that give you good visibility over the ground below that'll help you kill guys as they come in. And then we have a lot more cylindrical shapes now. So the silo itself, it used to be a large rectangular structure, and now it's cylindrical.
Yeah.
I think that's probably good for this one.
Yeah.
Could show. Is there time to do the third POI, or should we move on to the
No,
roadsides?
it's fine.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Okay. If you want to do Downtown Strip 03, this was another remake that I had originally built. This was inspired by a real life place in Salem, Oregon called the Reed Opera House. It's changed quite a bit for the gameplay needs, but this is one that was rebuilt to fit into the sizes, the common sizes for POIs that we have for different districts. So for downtown, I believe, what is it? Is this a 60? I think there's a 42 by 42. Or no,
Yeah, the strips were 42. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to go ahead and just go in the front of the POI here, that's
here,
to your right.
Oh,
Chip to the right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind you here, but
You're fine.
so you can see a lot of the new art. So so this was, when we remake things like this, we remake them from scratch, but we use the old version as reference. So we like to keep all the old ideas and things that people like, while telling more of a story or adding new gameplay ideas. You could show some of the new elevator stuff out in the hallway here.
Sure.
Although I think that's locked, but you can see these security gates.
Security gates.
Those, the see-through ones, yes. So
Sorry.
those are props now, and they can be opened. In some cases, if you go to the front of the POI here,
Okay.
or not the front of the POI, but the green door right there, the green roll-up door.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like
green
pointing
roll
like
door.
you could
Yeah,
see.
yeah. That one. Yes, I see it.
So if you look up right here,
Okay. Oh.
there's a little switch. Yeah. So that'll open this door. So there's little things like that can kind of help, especially in co-op, if you want to just open up the door and let your friend not have to play through the whole POI and just come in at the door that you open. So,
or if you want to take loot to your mini bike or vehicle, whatever.
Or yeah, it kind of serves as a nice break point. I think that's probably good. You could probably show the end room a little bit if you want. It's
Did you want me to show the? Oh, it's locked. Never mind.
that one's locked. Yeah. Yeah, we have elevator doors and switches and all the things that go with elevators.
I can just go to the next one. Or wait, that's it, isn't it? This is your last one.
we can go to the next one. Those are the remakes. I have new stuff to show.
Okay.
I want to be
sure.
moving along here a little faster.
Oh no, you're fine. So what's the next one?
The next one would be Roadside Checkpoint 01. This is a new type of POI.
Checkpoint 01.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I got a little excited about this one.
So if you go to where it says checkpoint there, this is where you can see a lot of the new tents that we're using. So the idea behind these was to show that they tried to contain the outbreak of the zombie virus and blocked people from leaving or coming into cities to try to quarantine them. Obviously, that didn't work out too well. But
Oops.
yeah. We're probably not showing cop car stuff, right?
No, we probably shouldn't.
Okay.
Do that.
There's some cool stuff with that I'll tease for you
That's
guys.
the second time we teased that.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Sorry,
it's
guys.
fine. It's fine. They'll live.
So if you want to go in where the female zombie is walking out over there, where it says check-in.
Sure.
Tease us more. Okay. Sure.
You can see a little bit of what it looks like inside these tents.
Okay, you know what? Just
our senior environment artist Hung did a really great job on these, making them feel weathered and old and disgusting. But yeah, you can go through all of these. You can kind of go your own path. And these roadside checkpoints, we have kind of like mini themes of areas. So back there, you see that's where they would have checked patients in to test them to see if they're infected. And then over here, this is where they would treat the patients and quarantine them from the rest of the people working in this checkpoint. And if you want to just go out, you can just ghost outside this door here, outside the front door there. Or
like over here?
to the blue tent there.
To the blue tent. Oh, okay, yeah, blue tent. Okay, gotcha.
I gotta wait to catch up. There you go. So you can see this is like the place where they would all come together and eat for the medical employees working here. If you want to keep going to the yellow tent on the other side of this blue tent.
Sure.
You can see this is like a headquarters tent where they might get instructions for how to proceed trying to deal with the outbreak. I think that's probably all I'll show for this. Just to leave some of that for players to discover on their own. If you want to go to RWG tile gateway intersection. This is a new type of tile that we have in random gen now. These spawn out in the wilderness. So when you're driving from city to city on your vehicle, you might come upon one of these, and they have a lot of randomness to them. So in this version, you can see there's the bridge is broken and there's a big hole. Sometimes it will spawn with a connected bridge that's not broken. So all that kind of stuff is random. There's little things to find in these. This one doesn't have any POIs that spawn on it, but other ones do. So you could just kind of fly around this a little bit just to show people.
Sure.
There's little camps and billboards and things that randomly spawn on them. So you can see that little army camp over there. That's kind of different every time this spawns out in the wilderness. If you want to do RWG tile gateway intersection 2.
Exactly. Someone said this will break up city to city traveling. Exactly.
Yeah. So speaking of that, this is a good example. This is a tile that spawns out in the wilderness that has POIs that spawn on it. So here you can see there's a rest stop. I believe Earl made this one. I'm remembering right, but or it might have been Hernan. But yeah, it kind of gives you a reason to get out of your car and to loot something and break up the driving a little bit and do some exploration. You can see another little POI out there, a little survivor camp with tents that some ill-fated survivors set up. And then I'm trying to remember about how many we have, how many roadside POIs we have. We have quite a few. I'd say around 20, Eric, is that right? Something around there?
I don't know if we track the count on that. There's quite a few of them. Yeah.
There's quite a few. So you'll be able to see some new stuff there. There's some really cool ones
that's a good note. That's a good
with.
Note to jot down for the release notes. We got to count those up.
Yes. So that's that feature. You'll get to see a lot more cool stuff with these when you guys actually play. Do we want to move on to traders?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm not sure how much this has been talked about before, but we have remade all the trader locations.
Which trader do you go to?
Let's see. Trader Bob has already been shown. Some.
Jen hasn't.
We could do Jen.
Okay, let's go do Jen.
Preferably one that, yeah, Desert works. Okay. You can just kind of walk in through the front gates and take a look around. So our trader POIs, we wanted to design them around the theme of that trader, where Trader Jen is a medical type of person. So she has a lot of, not only can you buy more medical supplies from her, but you can see the evidence of her specialty all around her trader outpost. So you can see there was like the ambulance here, there's the tents where she tried to help heal people. Those over there, those are the new player vending machines where you can sell your goods to other players. If you want to go ahead and go inside the church, you can.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. That's right.
So in here, you can see a lot more evidence of her specialty. She grows her own herbs. A lot of art support for that stuff.
Okay.
We wanted to put Trader Jen in a church because she was a healer, and that just kind of is a classic game design trope. And also, like, the music that plays is very soothing in the traders, in Trader Jen at least. So it kind of matches the tone of it. We want to show Trader Joel.
Okay.
Oh, and I guess I could mention you walked in there for a little bit earlier. There's there's the new vending machine. I don't know if you guys have shown that yet, but
I think I'm pretty sure they saw it.
okay.
I think. I mean, there it is. So
There's a new vending machine. So the traders also have living quarters on their compounds so this is where she works in the church, and then there's a small little house outside here where she lives. So you can kind of get a little bit of idea from her living space of what kind of a person she is. She obviously likes, or you're not going to steal from Trader Jen.
apparently I
Oh.
Oh. It's like,
Um,
we're leaving now.
Okay, so that kind of gives you an idea of this POI. We can go to Joel.
She's kind of messy. She just leaves her
A little
on
bit
the
messy.
ground, just
Hey,
She-
she's busy healing people. She doesn't have time to pick her clothes
Yeah.
up off the floor.
Okay. So you wanted to see Trader Joel now?
Yeah, we can do Trader Joel.
It's even in the forest.
Oh, good. So traders now spawn in districts as well. They don't always spawn in the same entryway to towns. Sometimes they do. They can spawn in the rural district. They can spawn out in the wilderness. So you might find someone like Trader Joe out on a gateway tile, and then you can go quest a lot of the wilderness POIs that way. This POI, before you go up there, that was another thing. Since you mentioned, or since you went in through the door there, all of our traders have doors on all sides to make it a lot easier to just sort of get into the trader from any direction, so you don't have to run around the base. It's much more convenient now. And then the traders also have multiple entrances into their store. So you can jump up that ladder behind you if you want.
I was at the door.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
To see the door.
So you can see there's side entrances, front and back entrances, and then on the building itself, there's multiple entrances too.
Yeah.
If you want to swing around and go through the front door to your left.
Oh, to the left.
Oh, that's
okay.
the side door, but.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. You can come in here. And so this Trader Joel specializes in armor and clothing. So you can see that around with like the mannequins that are wearing armor. A lot of our new art props. There's a cool bear rug art prop there. And then underneath the building that we're in right now is Trader Joel's living quarters. That if you go outside and go down the steps, you can kind of peek in through the window and see in there.
Okay.
So the idea was Trader Joel just kind of built his house here and then built his store right on top of his house, raised up high. So these are locked, so you can't get in there. There might be a way to get in there. If you're clever enough, you might be able to figure it out. Yeah, that kind of. Did you want to show the workbench there? Destroyed workbench? Are we not showing that yet?
No, I mean we can. I think they saw it in it. They might have seen it in a different one.
Oh, okay. I saw someone in
remember.
chat asking about it. So
yeah,
that's the destroyed version.
There it is, everybody. Here.
So yeah, that's a real brief overview of the new trader locations. Did we want to show Hugh?
Yeah, we can do it real quick. We don't have to spend a lot of time there.
I can let Eric talk about that one.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, go ahead and load. Well, go ahead and load Hugh. Just give him a quick peek. You guys are going to spend. We know you guys spend thousands of hours running around in these things, and that's partly the reason for the doors, obviously, on multiple sides. And we spent a lot of time thinking about and talking with QA, and we don't want to run around to the front. It's like, yeah, we know.
Wait, so who wants to talk about this one? Should I have Eric?
I got no. I can talk a little bit, but then we can.
Okay, there you go. You're on the screen now. Give Brad a break.
Yeah, same kind of thing. We've got all those gameplay considerations. You notice the player vending machines are over there, kind of in a central location, and trying to keep it close for y'all to, easily be able to access everything, get to everything, and not have to always run the long way around to get to somewhere. We spent a lot of time trying to tweak that stuff and put that into the modifications from the concepts we got from art. The concepts were fantastic. I think that should be mentioned, that a lot of these were built from concepts, and the concepts were so great that it took a lot of the sort of the hard composition work out, and we just kind of had to build it. And once we got the art, just put it in, and then we could spend more time thinking about things like, oh, well, it's kind of annoying you have to run around to the side or the front or whatever to get in there, and giving more doors and access points. And
Yeah, the new traders were especially a lot of work from a lot of different people. Like Eric said, the concept artist to the art team to Justin giving art feedback and direction on these is a real team effort.
It really was a lot of departments involved in this.
Yeah, I figure I should show some of the art on the walls that people saw on some of the other streams. Just thought they'd like to see them in game. Because I think Brian showed all these pieces.
Yeah, this gives you an example of Brian's work, Justin's work, and Hung's work, and Ricky's work, and the concept guys.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. What else would you like me to show?
Oh, that's good. I think we're good. They're going to spend thousands of hours running around buying and selling and trading, and they're going to get to see them so much they'll be sick of them.
Yeah, that's actually part of the reason we wanted to make them a lot more detailed than our other POIs, just because they're not a POI that you would be questing in. You're not going to have combat in them or things like that unless a zombie gets in. You should always close the door behind you.
Yes, don't forget
that. But yeah, I think I think that's it for me.
Okay. Well, here, let's.
Ricky and James. I want to make sure I mention James.
Yeah. Okay. So we're back here. But yeah, thank you, Brad, for.
Hi, everyone.
Showing stuff off. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Alan on here. Okay. Give me just a moment to do a little swapperoo. And
so much stuff.
Yeah.
Even just looking back at it now, I'm like, oh my gosh, what a marathon this has been.
And there he is.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Alan, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Alan Reeves. I've been with the company for several years now. Started in QA and got into the role of XML. Some people say
Extreme
block
block
cowboy. Yeah. Pretty much doing prop asset management is kind of the simplest way to put it. But yeah, got my hat in a little bit of everything. So Latham, we're going to start off by going into the POI editor.
Okay, so here, let me exit and switch that over. Was Alan the model for Hugh asking for a friend? No. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Okay, so. Okay.
All right, so we're going to go into AAA block shapes.
Okay, AAA.
You guys ready to see some blocks?
Block shapes. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Oh god, that's a lot bigger. Okay.
Yeah, so just kind of position it somewhere where you can kind of see the.
Hold on.
Oh my god!
Whoa!
Wow!
Hold on.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh
Keep
going.
God.
Keep
Keep going. Back up more.
So in Alpha 20, we had 1,366 shapes. We have now gotten up to 2,058. That's an additional 692 new shapes added to the game. So yeah, a lot of stuff to play with. And yes, every single one of them are in the player shape menu. So I guess one thing that I would like to show the folks is if you could actually hit the creative menu.
Okay.
And then just hit the wood icon there on the left, upper left,
Okay.
on the left-hand side there, and then go ahead and grab the upper left block and put that in your bar.
Okay. And then do you want me to open up the shape menu?
Sure do.
Yeah.
So one of the first things you guys might notice, there is now a favorites toggle on the shape menu. So if you're looking at shapes all over the place, you can hit S and hit favorite. Then all you have to do is hit the little star up there at the top once you have some favorited shapes, and it will show you everything that's been favorited. Yep, I can see the chat going nuts over that one. So that's kind of like one of the big things there with the shape menu. We're also doing for the players, you start off with the basics tab, so you can kind of get a feel for some of the shapes, and then once you get into building your base a little bit more, you can then go into the different categories and kind of get into more detail and maybe even a little more function of your base. And then that's pretty much it for shapes. I mean, 692 shapes. I can't show them all tonight, so we're just gonna have to let you guys play with those. Lathan, if you could go into AAA all glass.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, not.
Yeah, there were some questions about that earlier. So this is where you get the goodness.
You said
Just
block.
type in glass.
Glass. Okay. Oh, all glass. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you said block glass. I was like, wait, I don't see one. Okay.
Somebody in chat says no. Show every block. We ain't got time for that. So one of the big points of Alpha 21 is new windows. All the windows have been gone from block entities to block shapes. This makes it more performant in that they are all combined into the the big mesh that makes up parts of the world, and they're not just thousands of entities. It also saves a ton of verts, so more performant. Yeah, if you would just kind of want to start on the left hand side and just kind of pan down each one of those little block cells there, maybe even go up to one and just kind of punch it. You can see that these are shapes, they downgrade. You could even upgrade. Well, of course that's bulletproof. Maybe go to the next one.
Yeah,
That's a
I was
little
gonna say I don't think that was a good test.
Yeah, and then you can repair them back to glass, and then you can even once they got the glass back in them, then they can be upgraded to all the different materials and painted and everything. And every single one of these is in the shape menu. So you can add these to your base. If a cop pukes on your glass and breaks it, you can repair it and make it new again.
I just feel like
You wanna
a
go to that-
vandal now. I'm just going around punching windows.
Yeah, and then if you can go to the one that's back there behind it there, you get into some of the fancier shape windows. And then this map is going to ship with the game, so if you guys want to come in here and play around or figure out how some of the shape sets are set up. And then if you go back towards the front, you'll see kind of like a little greenhouse thing set up.
Like over here? Wait, no. Over there, right?
Yeah, and then to the middle.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah. So you got all kinds of different like walls and corners, and you can frame it all the way around. Even have a skylight shape in there. So you'll see that on a lot of the new POIs. But I know it was kind of short for me today, but that's pretty much all I've got to show.
Oh, that's
A
good.
lot of people seem really excited by this stuff.
No, they're all excited. So I don't.
They're like, Windows, yay!
Let's do one quick thing, Lathan, if you would go in the creative menu and type in Vault.
Oh boy. Here we go. Get your Kleenex ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grab
wait.
the double. Just place it down and open it a couple of times. Get a good close up on that sucker because people have been screaming about it.
Oh wait, I can't. Hold on, I gotta do that.
Yeah. Go ahead, show the other side. It's kind of got some animation on it as well. All right.
This is the rest of
that's
the
it for
stream.
me,
We're just
guys.
gonna keep doing this over and over.
And then people are gonna clip this and play it on loop, and then just watch it all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had people mention like, oh, we really want to see it. We really want to see it. And it was like, okay, sure, we could show that. It's good stuff. A lot of great stuff.
Okay. Well, here, let's go back to there. All right, well, cool. I think that is pretty much it. I mean, we're out of stuff to show.
Well, not really. We
Oh.
could tease one more thing if we want to, real quick. Can you load up Periston?
We're doing it.
Oh yeah.
Wait, do we need to bring Earl back in? Was Earl supposed to be a part of this one?
Yeah.
We could.
Okay. Well then.
Bye guys. Have fun.
The Block Cowboy, everybody. Extreme Block Cowboy. Yeah, we were trying to monitor time. We know these run long, and so we had kind of skipped over Periston, but I think we could probably sneak it in at the end. I mean, I wasn't lying. I hope you don't think I was lying. There's a lot of stuff, and this isn't even this is like a fraction of what we're bringing to you in 21. So
let's see if that fixes it. I think for some reason, Earl, your camera is just showing pitch black.
Oh, he might have left. He thought he was done, maybe, but
no, I think he has to approve being added. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
how about that?
Oh, here you are. You turned on the lights, everybody.
There he is, Earl's back.
Hello. I just have to refresh my browser, I think. You guys hear me?
Yeah. No, we hear you.
All right. Oh,
I am
back in business.
Loading up the game right now, so we can go back to Periston.
Yep, the restore power quest has been completed. I'm back online.
That's what he was doing.
And we had to bring Earl back because I enlisted his help in the Periston, and we have someone else. Will, a member of our team, has helped a lot with this too.
He's in chat too.
He's in chat, and we're all busy, but we really wanted to squeeze in an update to Periston on Navezgane. We haven't forgotten about Navezgane. We're working on it. Got a lot to do. A lot of things we have left on our list.
Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? Hold on. I went into the random gen. Oh, yeah, that doesn't. Hold on.
Yep, you want Navezgane.
Yeah.
Navezgane. And then we'll let y'all go game or go to bed or whatever y'all you're gonna do. Or replay videos of those vault doors over and over and over.
Well, while we're waiting for it to load, just to preface a little bit of the update to Periston, of course, with all the new tiles in random gen, we sat down and we had a lot of different brainstorming sessions on how can we bring some of that quality to Navezgane. What did we learn from that? What can we use, bring back to the handcrafted map? So that basically translated into a new design with custom tiles in Navezgane.
Yeah.
And also a few new ideas that will help champion for us. And, he helped us with some ideas and blockouts to trial a few new ideas. And we got a few interesting things in there and more to come as well.
Okay, so I'm showing you, and I'm at the Pariston sign. I didn't know where you wanted me to go, so I figured this was a
Okay.
good start.
It's a little bit of a work in progress, but we're playing around with the new shapes and to try to come up with better signage. I know some of you are probably accustomed to the old gigantic signs with pipes connecting to the side. So we're trying to figure out ways to do better than that. So feel free to back up. And one other thing we wanted to try to do to Pearson is give it a similar type of infrastructure that you're used to now with random gen. So if you kind of go fly above, so they can kind of get a bird's eye view of the major streets. Yep, just keep going down straight, and you're going to see a lot of similar road paint design that we inherited from the random gen tiles. Start sloping down into that intersection.
Okay.
A little bit of a different design choice here since we had wider roads with an island in the middle. I tried some type of left turn lane with a little bit more. You see these in some smaller towns in some different cities where there's a little bit more manicured or aesthetic crosswalk. And so we went about each tile doing that. And then if you look to your left, go fly up again, Lathan.
Okay.
You see kind of like a central park theme. The
Yeah.
old Pariston had kind of a park going on there. So we built that out of two POIs that are connected together. So create kind of like a central area for the town. And then just keep flying down and look over to the right side of the block. You're looking at the left. So if you just scan over to the right, you'll see there's like some commercial buildings to the far right. If you look past the kind of the city house, town hall, city hall, there's a bank over there. There's a basketball court. So that we just came through kind of like the small downtown strip area, the commercial area. And now it's kind of like there's some housing, um,
Some of
cemetery.
this should look familiar. I mean,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
part hasn't fundamentally changed a lot, other than putting the details in the tiles and trying to really tie it all together.
Right. And then the one experimentation here is we said, let's try adding kind of like a Western district or part. So you'll see that the bridge goes over to another tile-sized POI over there. So that is a custom tile that utilizes some of our standardized POI sizes. So there's kind of like a small park. We try to design this. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you were driving down that road and you were looking up, to kind of have a focal point towards that mountain. So it was intentional that the buildings kind of started like a lower profile, building up to a larger building in the center towards that corner back there. So still very much work in progress. This is also the video where the video for PlayStation 5 was clipped. So probably will look familiar to some of you. Um, and if you pan over to your right, past the post office, and there's a building right there. Just go past the post office. Just go straight. Just keep flying forward. Kind of like a pump station behind that tree if you get a little bit closer. So this is oh, you know what? That's the older one. So let's just look
Yeah,
past that. Yeah, that's kind of a placeholder. But the main thing I wanted to show was we have a pump station designed here. It's a smaller one with a storm drain that goes into the river. But if you look across the river, we have a new feature there. Keep going to that fire truck and then just look at it to the left.
Yeah, we don't need to go in, do we? Or do you want to?
We can go in a little bit. If you got a helmet, it'll be helpful. So we have a new tunnel. So we have a large tunnel infrastructure connecting the town to the northern part of the map. And it goes straight through all the way, and there's some exploration in here for you guys to find out what's inside. It's kind of like a collapsed inspiration. The tunnel collapsed in multiple places. You can peek your head in that hole and then just back out.
Yeah, just kind of, there it is. There's a hole, everybody. But,
You can look a little bit more.
Okay.
Just duck in
fine,
there,
fine.
just look at it. Okay, you're good.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. They saw a little bit.
Ooh,
All
what was
right.
that in there? All right.
Yeah, I saw some fire in there. What was that?
Whoa.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a little bit different. It's not a cave POI per se, but hopefully we'll see a lot more of these in the future. We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna try to work some time in each alpha to try to give this kind of love to Navezgane. It needs a little bit of love. We don't want it to be left out of all the updates. So hope you guys are gonna like this update.
Cool.
All right.
Well, and I think that is now it.
Yeah, that was a lot of stuff, and it's just a portion.
Yeah, no, that was a lot. So yeah, everybody, thank you for coming out. That is the end of this stream. I think we're doing another one Wednesday, but yeah, just keep watching the Twitter, other social medias. I'm pretty sure we are. I think it's going to be the programmers. I think we're going to be doing it. So, but we will see you then. Thanks, guys, for showing off the stuff.
No problem.
And yeah, I mean, at this point, we're gonna quickly find someone playing 7 days. And we're gonna go rate them.
Can't wait to
So-
see all the YouTube videos and streams. It's gonna be great.
Let's see if we know anybody. Please be patient with me real quick, everybody. I'm gonna try to find someone, probably a smaller streamer. Let's see if we can show some love to someone. Drop a big raid on them. There's a lot of people here, so maybe we can brighten up someone's day. Maybe not too small because I don't want to make someone like start crying or something. Let's find that happy medium. Because that has happened before where we go in and then they can't breathe and like, oh my god. No, I don't want to do that to someone also. Actually, okay. I think usually I got some people. Yeah. No. I think we're good. Okay. Where'd it go? So just there. I think we've rated them before. So yeah, we'll do this. Okay, well, thank you, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed it, and you all have a great night. Bye, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Hope you love A21.
St. Joel's is now closed.